Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are down here at Darlington Dragway for the banger on the backside. Yeah, catchy name there. Now that it got your attention with that one, Robbie's going to run small tire and run what you brung. Looks like it's a pretty good crowd here. These guys are kind of going up, getting teched in. Going to be drawing here in a few minutes. Get this thing started. Hopefully they can go some rounds. Right, here we go. First time run what you brung. Round and run what you brung. All right, here we go. Small tire for us. You got no gas is what they said, but this next round of run what you run, we're trying to give him enough time to get it started over here. Said he had a dead battery, so we're gonna see what happens right here. Okay, the other car didn't get to make it, couldn't get it started, whatever the issue is there, so see what we can get on our competition buy run here. Here we go, next round, a small tire. Next round run what you brung right here. Round from a jump, so here we go. All right, here we go, next round, run what you brung. Little brother out here making laps, getting ready to drive your car.
Probably. On the same surface we was on.
Exactly. So what did you think of Saturday?
It was good, and then until it wasn't good.
Well, you went several rounds.
Yeah, made it to 8 cars. Spent 8 in small tire and threw it down to 3 and run what you brung. And another 2 cars were Patches and Jarrett. So not much you can do unless you draw a buy run.
True. And
Had
you,
some tires that probably got like 15, 18, 20 hits maybe. I don't know. I lost count after
it's pretty
15.
rough.
They're pretty bad. So probably sell that set for 100. Be good for somebody that wants to bracket race or something.
And being that, you know, we've got 3 front side races coming up.
Yeah, they won't buy a new set of tires for one backside race that will tear the new set up. Because by the time you race Darlington with a new set of tires, they're going to be wore out anyways because that asphalt or whatever is so hard on the tires.
And that was actually your first runs with the new setup, twin turbo setup.
Yeah, we made like 3 or 4 test hits at an undisclosed location. Didn't get any videos of that. Apparently they banned cameras in Tijuana, so didn't get any videos.
Hey, we don't know if I know where our spot is though.
But it shows potential in the 60 foot. Obviously too fast for that surface, so changed a lot of things. Got the best rear weight bias we've had so far in the rear of it, so it's working good. I think if we decide to do some street stuff, we could probably go pretty fast, which I would like to eventually. Just gotta get some more lights and stuff on the front. It's hard to see at nighttime, so just gonna test for that some more. But I made my first test hit and I let off the trans brake and I felt like I was taking off from a stoplight.
Like a turtle.
That's not what I like. I like going obviously in the 4s. I like going 145 plus mile an hour.
But overall, I mean, what if you had to put a time on the fastest pass?
For me,
No, I mean overall and for you.
I don't know. I think obviously I do think that Team Denver's probably into the 5s on that surface.
Right.
They're probably like, I think there might be maybe 2 or 3 other people that weren't there that could be in that ET on that surface. So I don't really know how fast other people are going. I mean, I went a low 6 on the one buy run that I had. So, but after that, I just went downhill, turned it down a bunch, and still didn't go down.
Seems like after the 60, well, I noticed several cars after the 60. Of course, I mean, it all depends on how you're ramping it in. Everybody started smoking the
I
tires.
think mine was just the tires. I think if I had new set of tires, I'd probably pick up a couple tenths and not be as touchy on the boost ramp and stuff. But I pulled substantial power out of it after the run against Charles to run Jarrett in the run what you brung class, and it smoked them worse. So I mean the rubber's basically peeling off of them.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, we still
We
got
probably show them. And
yeah, we're still on. I mean, the car's still on the trailer. I mean, we'll show you what the tires look like. It was off the trailer down there, all the runs, and right back on the trailer. So
yeah, I mean, I was gonna save these tires for this event, and I tried to run them at the Wilkesboro event, and just with a new setup, you do a lot of testing, so you go through tires. Now I think I'm gonna slow down on tires, and I kind of can about estimate what it's gonna do most of the time, unless I change something.
we don't have to do as much testing.
Yeah. But yeah, which run what you brung was basically another small tire class, so technically
That was actually a pretty big class.
made it down to 3 cars and baby small tire, just something like that. And,
Yeah.
you know, I wish that I would have probably bought new tires. Maybe other than drawing Patches and small tire, I might could have went down to 4 cars there. I feel like based on seeing other people's passes that we could still run with the front of small tire. I mean, I don't think I could beat Jarrett or Charles, but you know, they'd have to mess up pretty bad to have that happen. I don't think I could do it with the way the car sits anyway. I mean, it was 3,800 pounds race weight down there. I'm sure they're probably not that heavy because they got a lot lighter car to start out with.
I know when they leave the line, it's like when they leave, they're gone.
Yeah, they got it figured out. They got a lot of laps on that surface, and you know, they just test a lot. I mean, obviously, if anybody pays attention, they went straight back home Saturday night, switched their car over to the front side, and went to Shady Side on Sunday. I mean,
we give that a thought, but
That's a lot of work. I'm not that dedicated.
well, you're pretty dedicated, I believe, sometimes. I believe we were all just a little wore out, too, but that would have been a tough day.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think the car count was there that they were looking for, so.
yeah, well, it had rained the week before, and everybody else had kind of committed to some races Saturday, so.
I mean, I'm not really looking at big car counts or payouts or this and that, but, you know, you kind of gotta, you don't have to race, so, like, if you see a race that, you know, the promoter may not be putting any money on top, you can, well, you just skip that one and go.
Yeah.
Like Friday, they're putting 2,000 on top of 704 Outlaws that is free entry. So I mean,
You're crazy not
you'd
to
be
go.
dumb to not go. So I think that's one thing that may help some of these events in this year, if some promoters would just take some tips. And you know, I mean, a lot of these people have made a lot of money off of events. If they'll just start putting a little money on top, I think car counts would grow. People are complaining about car counts, and the thing that draws the racers in is going to be money. So I think that, like I said, these races, you know, if it's $100 entry and you've got 20 cars, you're racing for $2,000.
Which is,
front side,
you know,
that's a good amount of money. But for a front side, you know, you're 30 plus 35, 40 pounds of boost every run, you know, running the crap out of your car 4 or 5 rounds for $2,000. So I mean, not saying $2,000 isn't a good amount of money. But.
well, it probably depends on where you might be in the level of your car as a racer also.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're going with a goal in mind, and you got your goal to get in the fours.
Yeah, I mean,
and you had a blast doing that. You had fun.
I've been running a lot of small tire stuff, but I'm gonna probably go back to Extreme Street. I know some people probably don't want to hear that, but it's just, you know, there's more car count there. There's, you know, I feel like, not trying to sound cocky or anything, but you know, when you work on your car and you put time in and you research and you figure out a combo that works, you kind of feel like you're a front runner in that field of cars that's moving around from track to track. You know, there's 3 or 4 that are right up there at the top. You know, they're bumper to bumper. You know, you've seen 2 of them basically in the semifinals of this weekend. So I mean, between 4 or 5 cars that are really fast in Extreme Street, you know, other than that, I mean, it gives everybody else something to work towards. But it's Extreme Street's getting just as fast as small tire.
Yeah.
Because people ask me, why didn't you run Extreme Street this weekend? Why would I? Because I know I have a pretty good idea of what they're going compared to the small tire. And small tire, I do feel like, not saying that there's ducks, but, you know, there's people that
There's
people that don't put in as much effort, I feel like. And so they're just there for fun. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we go to have fun and race, and I feel like in the position I'm in, not saying I have to win, but to help grow the business and help me out, you know, it helps to win, and you know, it puts on a good persona for everything.
And if you got customer cars going rounds.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I say, in small tires, so it's not, like I said, there's no ducks or anything, but there's a lot more variety of cars. I feel like even if the car count is lower, I mean, you still get the chances of drawing people like Jarrett Charles and, you know, just big names like Boswell and all that. So,
And they've, like I said, they've put the time and the laps in to get where they're at.
So then if you look at those, you know, 15, 20 cars in the top of small tire, then you look back at the 10, 15 in Extreme Street, it's kind of like they're all just as fast, you know, within each other. And so it's like, why not run small tire where you could have more of a chance to maybe even go more rounds?
Well, you're not scared to jump small tire. I mean, you wanted to do it to kind of see where you stood. And you have to do that to say, hey, well, how close? I mean, yeah, I've got a certain ET, but how close am I to that guy for real?
And
you don't know how much they've got it turned up or down when you race them either way.
I think that there's some things I want to change on the car to make it. I still want to keep it to where it crosses over between the Extreme Street and the small tire class. So, gonna change some things hopefully soon. Gotta save up some money, and you know, if we go to a race and even if you double enter, you can take those parts with you, you know, and you know, it's a 5-minute swap, and I'm sure some people will probably pick up on what I'm talking about. I mean, once it's done, you'll see it. So like I say, I mean, there's a few people that have done it before, so it's just a 5-minute swap basically, and you're back in street class, and then you change it back, and you're back in small tire, and you're 200 pounds lighter. So I mean,
but overall, I feel like we still had a good weekend. I mean, considering what you know.
I mean, I didn't go slower than any of my previous passes at that track last year, so
That's a plus.
good. And every run for the first 3 runs, it was picking up 2/10 per run until I think the tires just. I mean, it was like literally like a light switch. It just quit working. So I think it was just the tires that went away. Like I said, I was picking up 2/10 every run, so I felt like what I was doing the right thing. Yeah, there was nothing I could do at that point with the tires.
Well, we'll get the car around here and get it off the trailer, or show them on the trailer right here what the tires actually look like. So hang with us right here. All right, let us know what you guys think here. I don't know if you can really tell it in my video here or not, but it's pretty wore right there. Pretty wore, ain't they?
Yeah, that'd be good testing tires for somebody.
Yeah, they will.
They're going to a good home.
Very good home. We know he does some racing, so guys, leave us some comments. Like I said, if it's your first time watching, like always, subscribe, let us know what you think. We'll catch you on the next one.